Your grace and mercy is all I need. Your grace and mercy has brought me thus Atom nie umobro neti mabedrohane nyamine watoma kasit lebe yedekra obrano yedekra no time kinda nami wadomi na shema besine. You never gave a promise that the journey would be easy. Your grace and mercy has brought me thus far. Your grace and mercy is all I need. Your grace and mercy has brought me thus far. Draw my soul, draw my soul, draw my soul, your grace and mercy has brought me thus far. Atom nie umobro neti mabedrohane. Your grace and mercy, your grace and mercy, your grace and mercy has brought me thus Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. The love of God surrounds me, His grace surrounds me. I'm the highly favored one. Now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. The love of God surrounds me. His grace surrounds me. I'm the highly favored one. The love of God surrounds me. His grace surrounds me. Just His amazing grace. Marvelous grace of our loving Lord. Grace that exceeds our sin and our guilt. Yonder on Calvary's mount outpoured. There where the blood of the Lamb was spilled. Marvelous grace of our loving Lord. Grace that exceeds our sin and our guilt. Yonder on Calvary's mount outpoured. There where the blood of the Lamb was The love of God surrounds me. His grace surrounds me. I'm the highly favored one. The love of God surrounds me. His grace surrounds me. Just His amazing, just His amazing grace.
And of course, that was some good music. For a minute, I felt like I was watching one of those musical movies. But it's right here in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking to Lordina the Soprano. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your voice, God. I felt like it was one of those Disney movies, you know, and you know those Disney movies that feel like musicals,
yes,
and then you know. Well, first of all, before we get into the convention, have you ever thought of something like that? Would you ever want to be in one of those maybe Disney movies or musical movies?
Yeah, hopefully, it's one of my dreams. Actually.
It's one of your dreams.
So hopefully, I'm located so that I act in one of those movies.
Right? Or they use your voice for one of those movies.
That's also an option.
Okay, right. Now, can you share can you share some facts about you, especially coming from Second D and now you're in Accra with your musical journey? How has it been going?
Okay, so I was born in Second D, but I think most of my life was spent in Kumasi.
Oh, okay.
But in terms of music, I would say in secondary school, that's when it actually took shape. That's Vijay Secondary School. And then from there, I went to KNUST, the University called KNUST, where I was doing most of the solo works. And then Harmonious Choral Ghana located me. And then I became a member, and we're here today.
Yeah. So did you ever think that you were a soprano, or it was when you joined the choir, you realized, oh, I'm actually a soprano. Oh, I could hit that note. I could go higher and higher.
I started as an alto, actually. And then I just lost my voice, and then it came back with a soprano. So That was in secondary school. That's why I said it took shape there.
Wow.
So then my music director then, Mrs. Christina Pia, you know, challenged me to do more. And so I developed and I grew in that area as well.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so how has your education, including your bachelor's degree and your MBA, influenced your approach to music?
Well, I did French for my first degree. So let's say if I get any,
So you speak French?
not too fluently because I've not been speaking
Tu
for a
parles
while.
un peu? Un peu
Oui,
seulement.
oui.
Okay.
So for the French, I mean, if I get the opportunity to go and perform out there, I mean, it guides me a bit. And I'm also able to learn French songs easily. Yeah. Learning songs, it's not all that difficult, you know, because of the ears you listen to it. But when it's a different language, it's a bit of a challenge. So at least the French helps me. And then with the HR, it just helps me to relate with people better and understand people.
Right.
Yeah. So I think in that sense, it has helped my music. Yeah.
So was there any study of music in any of that
So
journey
I
of
did.
education?
I did a basic certificate in music with Wisconsin University College, and then currently I'm doing my MPhil at
Right.
the University of Ghana.
Right.
Yeah.
And how's that going?
Well, we just started, so fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. But how are you, you know, blending that with music or with the career? How are you doing that together? Has it been easy? Has it been difficult?
Well, I'm doing the music full time, so I think it gives me some time. You know, it's very seasonal. You don't always get programs, you know, so there are some spaces here and there.
Right.
But when there are other events coming up, I just need to weigh and see which one I would sacrifice for the other.
Right,
so
right.
we manage it like that.
All right. So I'm curious about why you chose gospel music. Why didn't you do any type of genre? Why gospel?
Well, that was what I was exposed to. That's what I've known all this while. So it was only natural that I would go that way. Yeah.
Right. So any albums yet?
No. So my maiden album is coming out on the 16th of October. Yes, that's Caris.
Caris.
Yes, so that's my very first album.
All right. And how was it working on that album? I mean, we saw some footage and I think there was a lot of work. So can you tell us about the experience?
So it was quite interesting. So there was one that we actually recorded in the United Kingdom with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. It was a live recording, and it was very surreal. And you know, we don't really get that kind of quality music here yet. So I mean, that was awesome. And then we had some that featured, you know, legends like Joe Metal, ACP Kofi Sapon. And then my brothers, Luigi, Kofi Osupepra, you know, all these people were people that we, you know, we admired from afar, and they were also watching us. So I think it was very easy working with them.
Yeah. So but basically,
Yeah.
like there was already a synergy before you started
Yes,
working with
before
them. Yeah.
before we started working together, and the whole experience was wonderful actually.
Yeah. So if you had to choose from each of the experiences with each of these musicians that you just called, was there any peculiar one that you'll never forget? Something unforgettable happened? Anything exciting?
Well, I would say there was one song that that's on Yonkonokafu with Minister Nyokai that I mean he did his in Takrade and I did mine here in Accra, and then we had to now find another time and do the whole song all over again because the levels were not equal. So we had to travel back to the producer's studios and then do it all over again.
All over again.
Yes.
Wow.
But I'm glad we did that because it came out really well.
All right. So how many features do you have in the album?
So there are four features in there. Yes.
Yeah. Any foreign collaborations?
No, so the only foreign one would be the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. They played the song live. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
So did you go to them?
Yes.
You reached out to them?
Yes.
And how did they feel that, okay, a Ghanaian is working with them? What was the experience like, especially knowing that, okay, we are not from the same place, you know, you're in the UK and you're here in Africa. What was the working experience like?
It was
compared to
actually
even working
good.
with people here.
Yeah, because before they even accepted to do it, they had to listen to a demo before to know who they're coming to work because it's their reputation as well. So once they accepted it, I mean, they knew that it was something good, so they wanted to come on board. So it was actually fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about the UK still, you are actually preparing for the UK music exam. How's that going? Tell us about it.
It's like a professional exam, you know, because of, should I say, the lack of academic knowledge when it comes to music. I mean, growing up, our parents, you know, they will not pay for you to go and do music. So now I'm trying to get all the knowledge that I need, because I get people, younger ones, coming up to me wanting to learn, and I can't give something I don't know, I don't have. So I'm just trying to get some professional qualifications as well.
All right, so talking about studying music, what is it like? Are we studying for our voices? Are we studying instruments? What exactly? Is it the notes?
Voice.
What exactly?
It's the voice, and there are principles when it comes to music. So you need to understand those principles, especially if you're going to write songs. You need to understand the rules and regulations surrounding all that, so that you give out excellent, you know, productions. So that's why I'm learning it.
Okay, so now your fans are watching. Can you give us a sneak peek of what they should expect?
Oh, well, I did one of the songs.
Yeah.
The last song I did is on the album, actually. And hopefully it will get better. There are amazing songs on there. So when it comes out on the 16th of October, I hope they listen and share with friends and family as well.
Right.
It's going to bless them.
Okay, let's talk about the summons. A little bit told me something about the summons. What is the summons?
The summons, it was a program we actually came up, I think, just when the COVID was, you know, going out, and it's just songs and then the word of God. So we minister songs, and we get men and women of God to come and share the word. So the theme of the episode, based on the theme, we choose the songs. Yeah, so it was basically that. Just like church.
Like church. Like church. So where can people watch it?
It's on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Lordina the Soprano.
Lordina the Soprano.
All the episodes are there.
Okay. Now, I'm actually excited about this. And now, the album, did anybody inspire you in this journey? Do you have any artists that inspired you in this whole journey to even come up with an album? And how did you know you were ready to come up with an album?
Okay, so I'd say the artist, no. I wouldn't say someone actually inspired, but I think my husband did. Yeah, so, I mean, it had been a long time. I'd been doing the music professionally for 11 years. And it got to a time I was actually praying for songs. So the songs came. And then he pushed me to, you know, put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the inspiration was from God and my husband.
Right. We're talking about husband. How challenging is it to do this with a family at the same time? I mean, you're going to school, you're working on an album, and you still have a family to care for. How do you do it?
Well, my husband is very supportive. I think he's even more interested and excited about my ministry than I am. So I think it makes it easier, so he understands me. As much as possible, I try to do what I'm supposed to do. But when I can't, he steps in.
All right.
So,
okay, so the album, you have how many songs on the album?
12.
12 songs.
Yes.
And it's going to be exciting.
Yes.
We're going to love it.
You will love it.
We're going to love it.
Yeah.
All right, so where is it going to be dropping at?
On all the audio streaming platforms.
All audio streaming platforms.
iTunes, Spotify,
Right.
Boomplay, like.
Title of the album?
Charis.
Charis.
Yes.
What does charis mean?
Charis means grace.
Charis means grace.
Grace, yes.
Why grace? Why did you choose grace?
It's about my life, and I think I've enjoyed a lot of grace from God.
You see, I asked you. I asked you. I asked you, are you a woman of God?
Yes.
And you're like, oh no, I'm just a singer. I'm like, but you sound like a woman of God. You ooze the woman of God.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel the spirit
We
around
thank
you.
God for grace. Thank God for grace.
All right, so the album is Charis, and
Yeah.
we can find it on all streaming platforms
yes.
with Lordina
The
the
Soprano.
Soprano.
Yeah.
So if you want to support, in fact, you have to support. You have no choice than supporting. You know, just they can pre-order. Can they pre-order? People using iTunes?
No,
Okay.
it will be out on the 16th of October.
On the 16th of October.
Yeah.
So, you know, put it on your reminders, your calendar. Everything's going to be out on the 16th of October. Charis by Lordina the Soprano. So tell us your song about, and tell us about the song with Joe Metal.
That's Joe Nkwa. That song was written by Reverend New Love Annan. It's an old choral song. So we just spoke to him that we just wanted to make some few changes to it, and he gave his permission.
And he gave this permission.
Yes, he did.
That's nice.
Yeah, he did. So we just, Minister Joe Metal actually handled the song, so the production and everything.
Right.
So he made all the changes, and then we recorded it, and we just happened to be in the UK together around the same time. So we decided to shoot the video of that song over there too as well, and it was amazing.
Okay, so how can people reach out to you on social media? How can they follow you?
So on all the social media platforms, there's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's Lordina the Soprano.
Lordina the Soprano.
Lordina the Soprano.
All
Yes.
right. That's very different. Thank you. It was really nice talking to you.
Same here. Thank
All
you.
right.